Hello my fellow students, my name is Hariz Jeffery and this is my project for Fuel Science 431. In the recent years, you may have heard from television news or overheard from family members or friends that the gas prices has been declining fairly recently. Since the beginning of the 21st century, we have been nagging and complaining that the gas prices are way too expensive and wishing that the oil price would just drop. Now it has seemed that the wish has finally came true. I've dedicated my short and detailed research on the recent oil price drop. So what happened? The declination of oil prices since the mid-2014. Ever since the beginning of 2010 till the mid-2014, the price of oil has been regarded as quote-unquote fairly stable, with the average price per barrel ranging around $100 per barrel, according to New York Times, as you can see on the graph right here. Now, the price of a barrel should be down around $35 per barrel, according to this graph right here. This translates that the price of a barrel of oil has declined almost 70% since 2014. The reasons for this tragic decline I will explain in the later slide. But hey, cheap oil, what is there not to like? People/average consumers have been fairly happy with the sudden decline. However, it has been a tough time for the oil industry, particularly people who are actively involved in it. This is due to the oil price decline, and thus there are reports of companies ceasing all operations, workers getting layoffs, decommissions, and so on and so forth. And currently, experts say that there are no signs of recovery for the next year or so, stating that the oil production is not declining as fast enough to bring the oil price back to its normal state. Now, you may want to ask yourself one question. What are the reasons why oil prices are getting lower day by day in the international market? One factor would be, in simple economic terms, there is low demand due to weak economic activities from major countries, particularly China and Russia. China's economic slowdown has reduced the oil import at a remarkable amount. Another factor would be the fact that America has recently become the world's largest oil producer. Based on New York Times article, the United States domestic oil production and shale industry has doubled over the last several years. This has caused the oil import demand to be reduced significantly. Another factor would be due to conflicts in the Middle East. Countries like Iraq and Libya are two big oil producers and are currently in a political turmoil, thus affecting their oil output. Lastly, Saudi Arabia, another major oil producing country, have maintained their production levels, thus leading to a surplus of supply. Now, who benefits from the sudden price drop? Well, the obvious answer to that question would be average oil consumer, also known as us, the people. The sudden price drop has led to cheaper fuel for transportation and heating purposes, which means we pay less than what we were used to before. Aside from that, alternate fuel/energy industry have the opportunity to improve their influences in the energy market. Although still debated, people would wonder if the current price drop would influence people to go use oil as a primary energy source, since it's now considered cheap. Now for the losers, or if I may ask, who does not benefit the sudden price drop? Basically speaking, it would be the oil industry. Due to the surplus of oil production, it has been noted that some oil companies have ceased all major operations and have done layoffs to workers. Furthermore, countries/nations who are solely dependent on oil exports like Venezuela or Iran are facing a potentially economic collapse. Also, young adults such as university students who are or were interested in the oil industry are faced with the same situation. Some consider to go to an alternate major. Lastly, will there be a comeback from oil industry or the oil price? Well, according to officials, they would say quote unquote not anytime soon, meaning that there is a small chance that the oil price could come back to its normal state as before. However, it's not going to happen within the next couple of years. OPEC, which stands for Organization of Petroleum Exporting Companies, have decided to freeze their current output levels. Therefore, they will wait for further chances in the future. In the meantime, OPEC countries continue to maintain the production levels even though oil prices continue to decline. That is all for now, and thank you for listening to my presentation.